Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. Boys.
Boomer moment, there it is. Hello and welcome to Talking with Talksalot, the variety talk show where I and a guest usually talk about whatever I want. But unfortunately, my guest isn't here yet, so we'll just have to kill some time. To start things out, let's say, hello, Lasso of Truth. It's fantastic to see you here as always. And hello, Omega Star Productions. Good to see you, brother. As always. Oh, there he is. The Jinja Ninja.
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
Good. How
Good
are
morning. Good morning.
you? Morning for me. Early morning for you, right?
Yeah, 3 a.m. on the dot.
Nice. For those of you who aren't aware, my fine ginger colleague here is in Japan. So, you know, I'm guessing you didn't sleep much.
No, I'm getting ready for some exhibitions right now. So I was up late last night as it was, and
All right.
it was strange. For some strange reason, I thought that it was going to be. It was a good thing I checked because I thought it was going to be Pacific time, and I looked. It was like, oh no, it's Mountain Standard Time.
Yep.
So it's a good thing I checked that.
All right.
Yeah.
So how you doing, brother?
Yeah, doing okay. It's everything's going all right. Yeah, like I said, right now I'm just getting ready for some. Oh, hey, what's up, Brightest?
What's up, brightest?
Yeah, just getting ready for some exhibitions right now, and as you can see, I'm in my workshop.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I like to do everything handmade. So for some strange reason, I decided, hey, let's build 20 frames. Why not?
So for those of you who aren't aware, if you're living under a rock somewhere, the Jinja Ninja is an amazing artist. Don't you be all modest with me. He's great. It's honestly awesome being able to see your work coming from Japan, and you're teaching art over there and doing a bunch of stuff like that. Like, I have a deep-rooted love for art and graphic art specifically. I studied graphology, which means handwriting, painting, drawing, all that stuff. I look at it and I actually get to see the emotion that went into it and stuff like that. Little harder over the internet, but like your stuff just grabs me, and it's fantastic.
I appreciate that,
dude.
man.
I appreciate you.
Graphology, that sounds like, I mean, one of the things, it's I took typography and stuff like that in college as well. But one of the people that really intrigued me was Gil Sans. I don't know if you aware.
Not familiar with that. No.
There's a font named Gil Sans. Well, actually, he's the
I'm
artist.
familiar. Okay, I'm familiar with the font. Yeah.
But. And if you look, for some reason, I saw like a piece of his where there was like etched in stone. The typeface that he had come up with and everything, and just how he went about his method. So he was a person that whenever you say anything like handwritten, it just brings up images of Gil Sans, and that's just one of those quirky things.
That's awesome.
I appreciate you having me on the show.
Of course.
Am I the first guest?
You're the first guest of this year.
Of this year. There you go.
Yes, sir.
Oh, awesome.
Happy
New Year to you. Happy
New Year to you too.
Yeah.
Did you have a good New Year over there?
Yeah, we basically do the so in Japan, New Year's is like the Christmas over in the States or what have you. So during New Year's, all the family gets together. You spend New Year's Eve together. You have a big dinner, have some drinks and what have you, and then so New Year's lasts like 2, 3, 4 days for some people, but
all right.
Whereas Christmas is more of like it's like some like a holiday that you might spend with friends or with like boyfriend or girlfriend. You have pizza, cake, and Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a good way to go about it. Heck yeah.
It's like a
So,
mixture. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
oh, I was just gonna ask you about your
Yeah.
art. Like, how long you been drawing, bro? How long you been painting and
Oh
stuff?
man. Well, according to my mom, I've been drawing and doing stuff like that ever since I can hold a pencil in my hand. So the first real vivid memory I have of really being into art, I think, was like the third grade elementary school. There was like I just moved to a new city, and I didn't know anybody there, and we had an art class, and it was like the first assignment was like, okay, it was Jasper, Indiana, the city art festival or what have you is going on, and all of us elementary school students, we all have to submit something for an art show. I was like, okay, I enjoy drawing like Indians, Native Americans, what have you.
Yeah.
And so I just drew like this like panoramic vision of a powwow, or not some kind of powwow campfire
Yeah.
thing going on, a night scene, and it got an award. And from that point on, I was like, wow, you know, you get prizes and stuff for doing something that I like to do. Oh wow, that
Right.
sounds cool.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, I've just been since that point. That's the only thing I really wanted to do, and yeah, so like throughout my childhood, I would just yeah, of course I'd go out and play with my friends in the forest or what have you, but
Right.
especially I know like junior high school and high school, when I come back home, I would just like lock myself in my room, pull out my Spider-Man comics, Wolverine, X-Men, and just start copying. And I remember like when I was a little kid, I'm actually listening to Lord of the Rings right now.
Nice.
I've been going back to that again. And it just reminds me, like when I was a kid, I used to draw like all of these battles. I would have two armies going against each other, and I would draw these battle scenes. And I'd have all like the statistics of how many people died or injured from each side. I'd have
Nice.
their own flags, their own armor and stuff. And so I don't know. It's
That's
just something
awesome.
it's something I've always been really yeah. It's just for me. It's like why I'm here on Earth, like to draw. So
Right? Heck yeah, man.
yeah,
I've
yeah,
seen a lot of your like the posts you've done on Twitter.
yeah,
Find them at the Jinja Ninja.
yeah.
Um, but do you prefer doing like the landscape murals, or are you more into like the character art and stuff like that?
Both. It just
Yeah.
depends on the mood. Like for me, painting and drawing out in nature is my zen. Whenever I go out, I mean, I could go outside and paint 4, 5, 6, 7 hours, and I can't get enough of it. It's just like it's the thing that just being outside in nature and actually observing it. And
Yeah.
I know I'm listening to music or have my headphones sometimes, but you can't hear all the sounds. But just being within it,
Yeah.
um, rather than just like painting from a picture or something like that. It's just a different experience. All the smells, the sounds, I just don't. It makes you feel alive,
Yeah.
I guess.
That's
But
how I feel about voice acting,
yeah,
honestly.
hey,
So,
everybody's got that thing that really like that passion for them that
yep.
does it. And for me, I see you guys on the streams like spouting out all kinds of intelligent talking points, and I'm like, I wish I could do that. I wish I could follow along. But I mean, I have a passion for science fiction and fantasy and
Yeah.
entertainment things of the sort, but I just can't put it into words like you guys do. But I'm able to kind of put my passion for art into words or
Heck yeah.
into drawing. So
Yeah, for sure.
that's what it is for me. Yeah.
Just real quick,
Oh
hello,
yeah, go
Lady
for it.
T.
Yeah.
Good to see you there. And hello, the lovely Sherry. I am so happy you could both join us. Welcome to the show.
I'll try to. I always forget to open up the chat and kind of keep an eye on things.
Yeah, it's all good.
I'm new at this kind of stuff.
Oh, we're
But
all a little new, I guess.
yeah, I feel like I feel like I always feel like I have to apologize. I haven't done a YouTube video for over a month. Uh, I was like really like going at it really well. Got over 100 subscribers, and then just kind of just kind of hit a point where all these exhibitions, a whole bunch of other things came up, and it's like just trying to it's a balancing act, and so
Yeah, life happens.
it does. It does. So actually, as of this coming April, I teach English and art here,
Okay. Nice.
but I'm cutting down like half of my English classes so I can focus mainly on art and woodworking
Heck
because I
yeah.
like woodworking as well.
What kind of woodworking do you do? You like
I'm a very like novice beginner. I'm pretty much self-taught, YouTube video taught, but
okay.
geez, you know, I've built like tables, cabinets. I like doing my own frames, as you can see. These
Oh,
guys.
nice. Okay. So a little more on
Uh,
the carpentry side. That's cool.
yeah, my dad was a carpenter.
Oh,
He was a
nice.
carpenter, and it's funny. Whenever I was a kid, I used to go out and help him. Me and all the brothers, volunteer work.
Right.
And no, like whenever I was working with my dad, it was always fighting with each other. Like, what are you doing? Like, hand me that tool, and I'm like, I don't know what tool you're talking
Yeah,
about.
right.
So I kind of like I didn't have any kind of love for it, but within I would have to say the last 4 or 5 years, like something just out of nowhere just kind of hit. It's like, wow, I really want to start working with this. And I find that when I'm painting and drawing and when I'm doing woodworking, it's the same amount of, just calmness. And
Heck
I
yeah.
have like a passion for that as well. But it's funny. I didn't really start to get into that until I moved here to Japan. So a lot of the terms and
Yeah.
the name for products and stuff, I don't know the English ones. So it's still like a learning phase for that as well. But
All right.
yeah, just trying to make the things I like to do part of my daily life. So
Well,
yeah,
I think more
that's the
people need to
challenge.
do that, honestly.
Oh
More
yeah,
people
oh yeah,
need to actually step out and start pursuing their passions as more than just hobbies. Like, keep them
yes,
as
yes,
hobbies so
yes.
that you can enjoy them, but
Hmm.
try to make it your focus of life.
Yep, yep.
Because, as Jim Carrey's dad said, I would
Uh-huh.
rather fail doing something I love than
Yep.
to succeed at something I hate.
Yes.
And
Yep.
I have taken that to heart over the last couple of
Yep.
years.
Yep.
And so I got to ask,
Go
did
for
you
it.
enjoy Vegas last year?
I did. I did. I had
Good.
a great time. I, I, it sucks because after I got back, there was just like, well, one, I got the coof, and I know I got it on the way back,
Right.
but sorry, YouTube, Mama Susan, I'm not a
Consult your
doctor, blah blah
doctors.
blah. But after that, there was just like a sequence of things that were kind of like
Yeah.
I hit like a bad spot, but then as always, things kind of go up and down.
Yep.
And no, the trip was the high, like the Vegas, just out there meeting everybody, talking to you, talking to like Wes Moody, Brightest Day, Napoleon Life Forum, meeting Gary and the whole crew. It was
Yep.
just, it was surreal. It was surreal,
It was
to say the
awesome.
least. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Excuse me.
it was like meeting you as well. I was like, these people are way too intelligent for me to be trying to have any kind of conversation with them, but I'm going to talk to them anyways.
Yep. No,
Yeah.
no one is too intellectually challenged for us to chill with. I mean, we put up with woke people all the time. So, I mean, some intelligent, lovely people is a nice change of pace, like yourself, Brightest Day.
Oh, man.
Are you going to try maybe make the next meetups in Texas?
I
Maybe
would,
or
we'll have to see. Like, the restrictions,
right.
like Japan, whenever I came back, I had to be self quarantined for 14 days, 2 weeks. So that's like 2 weeks off of work. Luckily, I'm my own business owner, so I have that. Well, I guess I have that option. I have that
Yeah.
that freedom to do that. But it was just getting put. Okay, like you have to go through this when you get into the airport. You have to go through this like whole. It's like you're cattle. You're just like run through this whole like line of thing. Each of these stations where you have to go. That you have to get all these questions asked, and then finally you get thrown into like this little small hotel room, and then you're there for 3 days. And then I found out the third day that I had it, and they're like, okay, they send you to another hotel, which is you can't leave your room.
That's crazy.
You could your window only opens about that much, and I was in there for 11 days, and I know for a fact that I could never go to prison.
Right?
Man,
Yeah.
it was horrible, and you have to download all these apps. You have to report about your health. You have to show them where you are, and it's like I've never felt more like non-human
Right.
than at that point. It was just like, and it's taken me a while to get back up from that. Like mentally, it just
Yeah.
I don't know.
It takes a while to recover from being isolated like that for so long.
Yeah, it was not fun. I wouldn't recommend it for anybody. But
Nope.
but on a positive point, luckily I had just gone to Vegas and I'd seen everybody there, and I was just kind of like holding that with me. Like,
Hell yeah.
okay, you know. Sorry,
You're
that's
good,
a little bit
bro.
of a rant there.
You're good. You're good.
No,
So,
but that kind of brings me back to like meeting Gary Nerdrotics. Something that he said on his show that I've kind of like taken to heart. He said it more than once. Like, there's a lot of people out there who, including myself, like, you know, when you get asked what do you do, and you're like, well, I'm an artist, and then he's like, well, you know, if you're doing it like on the side, just you know, not making a living from it, then are you really an artist, or is that like a hobby? So for me, it's like, you know what? It's time for me to make that leap, you know, kind of like what he did with YouTube. Maybe what you're trying to do right now with the things in your life. I think it's a point right now where a lot of people are seeing, hey, we can't just sit back and let what's going on in the entertainment world just happen and expect things to change. Like, I think it has to come from within,
yes,
from us. Yeah.
And I will say on that note that anybody who says you're not something because you're not making money can fuck themselves. All right, they can eat a big one, because I'll tell you, as a voice actor who doesn't get paid on a regular basis, I got a little gripe with people being like, "You're not a voice actor," and I'm like, you know, I'm fairly certain I am a voice actor. You people are just jealous that I sound way better than you do. But anyway. Never let anybody tell you because you're not making money, you're not something.
No, but like,
fuck those people.
But I understand what he's saying. That like, if you really want to, it's a good way to challenge yourself too. You know what I mean? Like, hey, if you want to get that extra step above where you're at right now, you really kind of have to take a
and that's
just dive into it. Yeah,
that's where I delineate is there's the difference. You can be something, but you won't be a professional at it until you dedicate yourself to it. And until you dedicate yourself to it and you can call yourself a professional artist or a professional voice actor, then it's going to feel fake. You're going to have that imposter syndrome a little bit, even though you outshine everybody else. Yeah. And
I'm going through that like hardcore
all the time. Yes, that's this guy right here. I live in a perpetual state of imposter syndrome. So it's a good riding fellow on the struggle bus. It gets you where you need to go.
It's funny that you brought up that term, because I heard it actually, of all places, I heard it on oh my gosh, what's his name? Was it Arthur? No, it wasn't Arthur Isaacs. It was John Michael. Oh my gosh, I always get his last name wrong. John Michael Bordier. I can't remember his last name. He does. It's called the Event Horizon. He does, a podcast. He's got a YouTube channel, and he had a person on there, and it was the name of the book was How to Lose the Nobel Prize or something like that. And the person who won it was going through the imposter. It was the first time I'd heard that term, imposter syndrome. And he's like, people, not that I'm comparing myself to these people, but like, you know, like the greatest, like Einstein and Newton and all of them, they went through that like horribly. Like they didn't think they deserved it at all. And it's something that, I don't know, maybe it's something that kind of pushes you and pulls you at the same time. Like it kind of keeps you like humble.
It does.
But at the same time, it's like that. It's always that wall that you're trying to overcome.
Yep. Well, and I mean, we see that with people that are super huge names too. Like as much as he's lost a lot of respect in my eyes, Tom Hanks
Oh yeah.
suffers from professional
Mhm.
imposter syndrome even to this day. Like
Yep.
he still
Yeah.
says that every work that he does is the worst thing he's ever put out.
I'm getting ready for this exhibition right now, and I've done several paintings within the last 2 or 3 months, and I'm putting them in these frames, and every single one of them, I'm like, this is the worst thing I've ever done. I don't even want to show this to anybody.
Yeah, that's how I feel about my Thinking Out Loud series. I can't believe I'm releasing this, but
Just
okay.
do it. Just do it. Just like, sometimes you just got to throw things to the wind and let them go on their own, and they'll find their way. And there'll be people who appreciate it and like it. And it just always brings me back to this one story. Sorry, I'll talk your
You're
head
good,
off.
bro.
I'll just
Go
keep
for
on.
it. That's what we're here for.
It always brings me back to this one story. I know I've told it over and over again, but I did an art study abroad in Italy, up in Feltre in the Dolomites for about a month. One of the greatest experiences I've ever had. And for a month, we would just like work in our studio, go around the town, painting outside and drawing, interacting with the locals. And at the end of it, we had an exhibition, a group exhibition. It was actually in the horse stable of the city hall building that was built by Palladio, or designed by Palladio, shall I say? And yeah, we had like all of these. Our professors just said, "All right, put up all your work that you want, that you've done within the last month or what have you." And yeah, there was this one piece. I put up all this artwork, and there was this one piece. I was like, "Oh man, I hate this piece. I don't even want to put it up." But some part of my mind just said, "Just go ahead and do it, even though you don't like it. Some other people might like it." And yeah, ended up without my knowledge, there was actually it was being jured, and I had no idea, by some of the local artists, and they ended up choosing one piece from the whole show to keep in Feltre, Italy, and to put in the museum, and that was that one piece that I hated. They chose it. I was like, wow. It just goes to show you what you think might be complete, utter trash might actually be. It's something that, in other people's eyes, could be. It's just something that you're missing. You don't see it. So
yeah. See, and I feel that way all the time. Like where I'm like, this is crap, and then like people like Lasso of Truth. They're all like, stop talking shit about my friend. This is so good. I'm like, okay. Calm down a little bit. Like, dang, son. So, what other interests you got there, bro? Like, I know you're an artist and you draw and stuff. What kind of music you listen to and stuff?
Oh man, a rock. I love rock music. I like Nintendo.
All right.
No, I'm just like I was doing a Brie Larson thing there. No, I've always been into rock music. I listen to all kinds of genre, but bread and butter is rock. Around here, there's not like much of a big music scene around here, so I kind of just stick to the oldies, or sometimes I'll go onto YouTube and go down that rabbit hole. But
it's weird to think about that Japan doesn't have a big music scene, because they seem like a place that would have something like that. They're super technologically advanced. They're metropolis like crazy, but there's there's not really a music scene out there.
I mean, there is a music.
I
mean, okay, if you were to watch like every New Year's, they have like the whole it's the Kohaku Sen. It's the battle between the red team and the white team, and it's all this music. And if you watch that, you can see what's basically popular here, and it's just not good music, man. Sorry, it's bad. But it's just what's like a lot of boy band stuff, or girl bands like the AKB48 or Journeys, or
they're trying a little J-pop out there.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. It just doesn't resonate throughout. I mean, I've listened to music that I don't understand any of the lyrics, but the sound and the passion, you can hear it in there. But it's just so popularized and what's the word I'm looking for? Commercialized, or you have to. There is good music out here, and there is the music scene, but
You
where
have to
I'm
look
at,
for
no.
it.
Yeah, you really have to like look for it.
All right.
But no, for me, it's just I listen to everything from Mr. Bungle, Muse, White Stripes. I don't know, like System of a Down, this, that,
Nice.
a whole bunch of other stuff.
Dude, System of a Down's music is way more relevant today than when it came out.
Isn't
Like,
it though? Isn't it? Yeah. I just took a nice little dive into their whole album, discography the other day.
oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's very relevant. Oh, thank you, Lady T. You hit the bed. What was it? What time is it? Where she's at, or he, or I don't know.
I don't know where she's at, but if she's got to work tonight, then I don't envy her. Just saying.
Yeah.
I hate
Oh,
night
okay.
shifts.
Yeah. I'm going through one right now.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
It's so weird. Like I don't know. Like you wake up at 11. I woke up at 2, and I was like, oh man, this kind of feels like a hangover.
Yeah, I have those days quite a bit. Yeah.
How about you? I don't want to even call you Corey. I'm going to call you Sir Talksalot.
You can call me whatever you want, bro.
What kind of music are you into?
Oh man, I've got the most eclectic taste that you could find. I started out with the classic rock stuff, and I picked stuff up over the years, and now I'm really big into hip hop right now because that's what I'm producing myself.
Yeah. Yep.
But I still love rock and roll, classic rock, metal. Still big into like the blues rock feels. I can't do country anymore. It's just so bad. And then I used to be into more of like the newer music, the newer rock that's coming out, but anymore I feel like it's flat. It's just boring.
Yeah.
A lot like the movies that are coming out these days. I just feel like a lot of it's boring.
Yep.
They're making it for the sake of making it. And,
Yep. I like big fan of Muse. Yeah, Muse. There you go, Megastar Productions. Yeah, man. There's just I think I'm like kind of like my tools. I just kind of pick up music here and there. Like I remember when I was a kid, we had a record player. And we listened to like the Doors. My mom had like the Carpenters, Doors, the Eagles, and stuff like that. And those things, they're just so pure.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell that they were done for a different reason. It's just like completely from the heart, 100%. And a lot of stuff nowadays, you see, I don't know, it lacks that. What's the word I'm looking for? Authenticity.
Yeah.
But there's still good stuff out. Like for me, I don't know. I don't know if you're a fan of Tool or not, but I really like their latest album.
Oh yeah, I haven't listened to any of their newer stuff. Like I'm still stuck back on like Lateralis, and like a lot of the older songs. But I'll have to check out their new stuff. I didn't even know they released anything.
They have they've been working on it for like 13 years. Wow. It's a very, very different sound to everything they've done. But for me, it's almost like like wine with age. They've they did something with this album. Like there's just some beautiful parts of it. I wish I could put it into words. I've listened to that album so many times, and I go back and listen to the older stuff, but I always come to their newest album and just go, man, they've honed it in. They've done something here that's really. I think with their like a lot of the older albums, the theme through their newest album is a lot different than anything that they've done before. In my personal, I could be
sweet. I like it when bands change things up a little bit. A lot of people got upset when Godsmack started changing their sound, for instance, and I love Godsmack. They're one of my favorite bands of all time. Even their new stuff, in my opinion, is fire. It's just so good that I'll bump that while I'll sing it out loud at church and stuff. It's great.
Hey, when you mention hip hop, because it's funny. I used to be all like rap hip hop guy back in the days, and I remember the point where it changed. Belle Biv DeVoe. I used to like love Belle Biv DeVoe, Poison and all that kind of stuff. And this is when I was like elementary school or junior high school, I can't remember. And I asked my aunt, said, "Hey James, what do you want for Christmas?" And I was like, "Oh, the Poison album, right?" And I said that to her, assuming that she would know that it was Belle Biv DeVoe. And
Yeah.
for Christmas, I open it up and it's Poison.
Poison.
Yeah. Open up. What's it? Open up and say, "Ah." Was that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the album. Yeah. I was like, what the? What the hell is this?
That's great. Yeah.
And so I pop it in, and like after one listen, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the worst stuff in the world. But I'm gonna give it another listen, and then like afterwards, yeah, okay, I'm really getting this.
Yeah. I actually had.
Yeah. I'll go ahead.
No, I had a similar experience with the band The Gorillas.
Oh yeah.
I had never heard anything from them, and my aunt one day just walks up and is all like, "You like this band, right?" She hands me their CD, and I'm like, "I don't know." And now I'm like, "Oh, that first CD is so good."
Yeah.
Like Clint Eastwood, I'll bust out every bar of that song. Like the high pitched stuff, I'll sing in a British accent so I can hit it, and then the low stuff, I'll just rap out, and it's great. Like that song honestly got me into rapping myself. I just didn't realize it until I started rapping. Like the Cardiff Brothers and Casey Nolan and all these guys, I'm just like, you guys are so good. I feel like I could do that. And now I'm doing it. Like I'm remixing all of my old songs from last year because I got myself that Fruity Loops studio. So I'm remixing all my stuff. I'm actually rewriting my song Talent 1.0 into a Talent 1.5. And it's got a bit of an Eminem feel to it as far as the lyrics go and stuff. I take some pot shots at people that are just clearly, obviously, like a big middle finger to everything that they do. And it's going to be great.
I don't make
Oh, no. No, this is aimed at some people with a specific color blue,
I got you there.
Just some things, But we avoid politics on Sir Talksalot, so I will be moving all of my music over to the Corey channel.
Awesome, man.
Yep.
I can't wait to listen to it, dude. Maybe I'll put it on while I'm
Well, maybe, yeah. I got my brain trust running on it. I got some people that I throw my music to when I'm done with it, see if they like it or not. I did one recently with a metal voice in it. It's kind of like Five Finger Death Punch feel to my voice, and then shot that over to Nick Weiser, and he liked it.
Yeah.
But now that I got this music program, I'm like, that track is shit. I need to do that again.
remember what we were talking about, though. Like,
Oh, I know, but it doesn't have any guitar in it yet.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna fix it.
Can you play the guitar?
No, but I got a keyboard that does good. So.
Oh, okay. I wish I had some musical talent, man. Like, if I go to karaoke, I will not let the mic
go.
See, I will.
This is another one of those things that it's imposter syndrome for me because I don't feel like I have musical talent, but then when I start cutting tracks and actually doing lyrics and all this other stuff, I'm all like, wow, that's me.
Well, hey man, if you're doing it, that means if you're doing it and you're, that's the talent. Like, it's funny. I was listening to I go down like the whole rabbit hole of woodworking YouTuber videos. And they always say, if you're watching this video right now, then you're probably one of the very, 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 very few percentage of us woodworkers out there. Consider yourself a woodworker. If you're watching this video and learning from it, if you're learning from it and trying to do it, and you're going that far into your your love for it, then you're there. Just keep on pushing it.
Hell yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
and a lot of people. Like something I'll say about this YouTube thing, for instance, like it's taken me, I've been on here almost 2 years and I've got 380 subs and I think that's awesome. Right.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people are all like, it just takes too long to be famous on YouTube. And I'm all like, yeah, but that time's going to pass anyway. So might as well do it and try other stuff while you're doing it. And that's where a lot of people get hung up is the fact that they try to, only have one horse in the race or only do one thing at a time. And I feel like that holds people back more than it allows them to be good at what they do. Because like, we wouldn't have any of this awesome new content that we're getting from people. Like, comics going back to his older style, for instance. Like, we wouldn't have that if we didn't try the new stuff. You know, if you don't try the new stuff and you find out you're not good at it, or you don't try the new stuff and you might be good at it and stuff like that, every shot you don't take is a missed opportunity. Like, and I've always felt that way, but I'm finally starting to realize that I need to start taking those shots.
Yeah.
And like, honestly, I hope it works out for everybody involved in the new entertainment industry that's coming. You know, that includes you.
Yeah, and likewise, but it's not going to work for all of us. That's just the reality of it all. But we have to take that shot. We have to take that chance.
We do. Hello, JT Gunter.
Hey, how's it going, man?
The best voice talent and the best artist in one stream. That's right. Right here on Sir Talksalot. What's up, baby? Yeah.
No, it's weird. I always talk about this journey, like whenever I'm doing my live streams or whenever I've been on Brightest Day's show, and we talked about this, and with Mankini Draws, like there is whenever I went through art school, I kind of lost that path of, because I always loved drawing comic book characters. I'm not the best at it. I know there's tons of people out there who are, but that's not the point of it all.
I bet you $100 you're better than these mainstream fuckers. They suck.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good artwork out there, but just I don't know. It just no, not even gonna get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a year and a half ago. Well, yeah, it was a year and a half ago, like whenever the coup started hitting, and a bunch of people closed down shop for a month to try to do the whole, curve thing. And so I did as well. And I was like, I'm not going to take this month and I'm not going to waste it on just like, diddly-dallying along. And that's why I was like, I'm going to go back into comics. I haven't, go back into meaning like whenever I was a kid, I used to read them all the time and I loved them. And then I got to college. And there was I think there was a multiple of reasons that this happened, but I lost the passion of the love for them. Like the art style started changing. And this was in the early 2000s as well. Well, late 1990s, early 2000s. And
right.
I just lost track of it. And I just lost my love for them. And I used to go to the comic rack every single day, knowing that there wasn't going to be a new issue there, just to see if there was or not. And then I was like a year and a half ago, I was like, man, just go back into it. Like I would be drawing or painting something, starting to do like a comic character or something like that sort of genre, and I would stop and I'd be like, why are you doing this? Like, that's not art.
Right.
And then another part of me is like saying, shut up, man, don't listen to that part of you, just do it. If you like doing it, you have fun doing it, just do that. So a year and a half ago I was just like, I'm going to try it out. So there's actually I'm working on a project right now, a couple of them, one with Until the End. He was out there at the Vegas meetup. We're trying to push along and get this comic out there. And
heck yeah.
I've hit a couple of roadblocks, but just got to push forward. And so that's, I don't know what the original point of my talk right now.
It's all good. So who's your favorite comic book character?
Oh man, Wolverine. Nice. Wolverine. I've got a lot of them, but if you were to say what's your favorite one, and I think a lot of people from my maybe age, generation would say Wolverine.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know, it's just awesome. It's cool.
He's a badass.
Yeah, he's badass. Yeah. And there's just like something that you could relate. He wasn't like this pure,
right.
Yeah, like a superhero, like full of just pure goodness.
He's not the goody two shoes guy, and it makes him incredibly appealing. That's why people love Deadpool too. Because he's not one of those we shouldn't kill people.
Yeah. Somebody, Blair to Blair, have you reached out to Eric July? I actually haven't. I'm like intimidated by doing this kind of stuff, but I did. I did get a little inebriated and hashtagged him. Added. I put a link. I put his name in one of my tweets and said, "Hey, would you consider me or something along the lines? I was like, oh no, what have I done? But I haven't got a response back. But that's something that actually I would be interested in pursuing. I always think though, I'm not good enough yet. I'm not good enough yet. But at one point, just have to, you know,
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it's something that that we'll be able to do some kind of collaboration work in the future, which would be very cool.
that would be awesome.
Yeah,
I'd love to see you get hooked up with Eric July.
yeah, yeah. That guy, I love his idea too. It's like, hey guys, just I can see how some people are like, oh my god, we feel so horrible, we feel so lost, with Marvel and DC going the way they are. But then at some point, you got to realize those aren't going to last forever. Something
Right?
new's going to come up, and then he's like, hey, that's what we got to do. The
Yep.
hell with them. Just do our own stuff. Because the
Hell yeah.
people who really, really, truly are passionate about it, I think, are a lot of people out there who are watching this show right now. A lot of people who are watching like Friday Night Tights, or they're watching like you guys with Comics Division and Culture Casino. Like, those are the people who are really, really passionate about it. And if we do something, then we will get support from each other.
Yep.
And that's where it starts, right? Am I
Absolutely.
wrong? Yeah.
I mean, without the support of the community and our fellow
Yeah.
creators, I mean, we
Yeah.
don't really make it very far. And
Not at all.
a lot of people that I've noticed, over the years, feel kind of like off put by like the lack of attention that they get, if
Mhm.
you will.
Mhm.
And to those people, all I really have to say is get into the community, buck up a little bit. If you're not getting the attention, ask people what you're doing wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Constructive criticism is a
Criticism.
good thing.
Yes.
You can't grow
Yep.
without criticism, which is
And,
why I
yeah.
say go watch my videos and talk all the shit that you want. So
That's like, have you seen the movie Whiplash?
long time ago.
The drummer one?
Yeah, a while
Yeah.
ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
been a
One
long
thing,
time.
the what was it? He said, the teacher, one of the quotes from the movie, I'm going to get this wrong. It's like, one of the worst things that you could say to someone is "good job."
Right.
It's not going to get you anywhere.
Well, and
Constructive criticism.
yeah, constructive criticism is very important. And I won't lie, I love people fluffing me up and saying that I'm
Yeah,
great
it
and that
feels
I'm
good.
awesome
Yeah,
and that I'm the greatest voice on YouTube. But when it comes down to
which
it,
you are.
it's like I need people every once in a while to be like, okay, this is why I didn't really like it. Because I get,
Yeah,
as weird as
yeah,
this is going to sound,
yeah.
I get too much positive feedback,
Mm-hmm.
but not enough growth to support the positive feedback. And
Right,
that's no bash on the people that like my stuff, and there's no bash on my fans. They're the greatest.
right.
Without them, I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be here.
Mm-hmm.
But when it boils down to it, it's like I keep looking for those people that are like haters, if you will, that a
Right,
lot of people,
right.
because I'm looking to grow.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not out there looking for a fight, but I would love for some people to just be like, okay, this would make it a billion times better.
Yeah.
Or, if you cut this off, like just a little bit, your pacing's off, something like that. But like, I know I'm awesome, but at the same time, I'm not perfect.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And it takes a lot of guts, and it takes a lot of course, we love it. All you people out there who love our artwork and love what we do, we always appreciate that. Always 100%. But it takes a lot of guts and courage to tell somebody what you don't, not that you don't like, but what you think could be, what can make it better. Whenever
yeah,
somebody critiques your stuff and shows like not all the positive points, but maybe the negative aspects of it, that takes a lot of courage. And that's something that we always had to do in art school. We always had to critique each other's work. And it's one of the hardest things to do.
yep,
Not just because it doesn't feel good, but because it's more difficult and challenging to talk about the aspects of somebody's work that you don't appreciate and explain why and how you can suggest of to make it better.
right.
And for somebody to go out of their way to tell you, hey, to give you that constructive criticism, that takes a lot of courage and appreciation of your work.
It does. And
Yeah.
it's So I'm sorry, I'm dropping your link in the
Oh yeah, go
chat and
for it.
stuff,
Yeah.
but my brain just broke.
Happens to me on a daily basis.
Struggle bus. Here we go. So are you planning on doing any more like art live streams or anything on
Oh
your
yes.
channel?
I'm actually in the process of working with an art uh, consultant.
Okay.
And it's weird because I'm working with basically two different communities here, working in my Japan community and
Mm-hmm.
the rest of the world community. So I've been talking to an art consultant about trying to push, because when it comes right down to it, he kind of asked me the same question that you asked me at the beginning of the stream. Which one do you want to do, landscapes and things like this, or do you want to do more of like the stuff that
Right.
you're doing with the comic stuff? It's like I love both of them. I don't want to stop either of them.
For
So
real.
so for me, instead of like trying to go through the whole selling my work at a gallery or trying to, there's a lot of art
More
competitions
traditional
here.
methods.
Yeah. I'm looking at going into like the whole YouTuber doing. Instagram is really big here in Japan. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, it's in the States, but it's really big here for
Yeah.
promoting things, even more so than YouTube.
Yeah.
So Instagram, he's like, we're looking at pushing that more for the Japanese audience for Instagram and for the international audience more for YouTube. Um,
Okay.
so right now, I'm in this phase of about ready to just kind of from April. I'm kind of like probably like close to 80% of my English work. So I can put all of that time and effort into the artwork. So in the meantime, after these two exhibitions are over, I'm going to be doing some more live YouTube work. But the problem
Nice.
also is I've got a commission piece, a 20-meter wall right now.
Wow.
Big, huge white wall. I've been putting up pictures of it on like
Yeah,
Twitter and
I've
Instagram
seen it.
of the robot thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like that just came out of nowhere. A student that I used to teach, an art student, a little elementary school girl, her mother works for a construction company, and they've got this big, huge white wall. And they're like, when we saw it, we thought, wow, it'd be nice if James could do some work on it. And so, yeah, it's a commission piece.
Hell yeah.
I'm actually doing videos of those every time I'm out there working. So I'm debating on whether to put them up there on YouTube gradually or to wait till I'm finished at the end and then put it there as one huge time lapse video. What would your suggestion be? It's difficult,
Well,
you know?
if you do it as one giant time lapse video, then you
Yeah.
have to consider like people will have to watch it in steps,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about you, but when a video reaches a certain length, I have to watch it in parts on YouTube. It's just how it is. But I would personally do segmented like time lapse videos. Like this is the first part, this is the second part, and like release them like periodically. Like, you know, like here's this. And then everybody can see that. They can love on that. And they'd be like, oh, that's so great. And then you give them the second part and they're like, oh, there's some more of that crack. I love it. And then, you know, eventually you're an art superstar. And then when you die, it'll be worth billions and it'll be great. So
I hope it's worth billions while I'm alive. That'd be nice.
Yeah, we all do. We all do.
Yeah. So there's just like, there's a ton of stuff. I just, I'm at that point right now where like I'm teaching English. I'll be like, I need to be doing something else right now. I need to be working on this project. And I've been at that point for a while, and it's just some circumstances have occurred that has, you know, kind of a little bit, you know, not forced me into it, but have really given me a good, strong push.
Yeah.
Say, okay, this is what you need to be doing now. So I forgot what your original question was.
Me too. It's all good.
It happens a lot.
It's all good.
Yeah.
So do you have anything coming up in the near foreseeable future?
Yes, I've actually got. Hold on one second here.
You good?
Let me get this.
I love talking with artists. They're some of my favorite people because they're not afraid of their emotions. It's great. And he can't hear me right now, so I'm just going to say I love that ginger mop too. It's great.
Oh,
And
pardon
there
me.
he
Yeah.
is. What's up, bro?
So this month is actually it's a crazy month. From the 21st to the 25th, I've got I'm doing. There's a four-man exhibition. Um, Now this will feature more of my fine art work. That's what I'm making all these nice little frames for, and that's more along the lines of like landscapes or still life.
Yeah.
A little bit of abstract work in there as well.
Heck
And
yeah.
then right as soon as that's finished, 3 days later, this one's starting up. The sci fantasy Jinja Ninja solo show. Yay, Fukuoka. So if you come over to Japan, come see it. No, but this is the first time I'm exhibiting this genre of work of mine. So
That looks awesome.
yeah, it's fun to work on. So I've got these.
Bring that back up. Hold on.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I won't see.
There we go. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, man.
And we've
That's
actually
awesome.
got my friend Joel. He's DJ Joel.
Nice.
He does DJ work as well. So we've got a whole bunch of DJs coming out, and we're gonna have the opening party on the 28th, the first night of the show.
That's great.
Unless old Omicron, yeah, they're talking about. They don't do lockdowns here, but what they do is they basically make it illegal to drink and to have your place open after 9 o'clock. So for a lot of bars and stuff, it basically is a lockdown.
So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
A virus showed up, and the main side effect in Japan is everybody turned into 70-year-old grandmas.
Basically, yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah,
nice.
But I'm hoping even if they do put those restrictions on, we're still going to have the exhibition. It'd just be like, if you've got the guts to come out to it. But
Heck yeah.
So, yeah, I'm getting all those ready. This is the original for that. This original piece.
I like that.
This is going to be a series of 5 or 6 pieces of like this couple in space. Yeah, I've got that one going, and then here's another one that's I don't know. This is like some kind of space monster thing going on.
That's
like
so cool.
It's just this old. I wouldn't say my stuff is really clean compared to a lot of other comic book artists, but
it's got this retro look to it.
Yes,
like that's just like that's fresh. I like that. I don't care what anybody says. That's sick.
That's the style that I like. It's just this old feeling to it. It's just something that I don't know. Like this is the third. Oh, that's upside down. That's the third one of the series.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I love the detail, man.
Man, the detail in this one, it looks really complicated, but it's just like when you're drawing it, it doesn't even. I don't even feel like I'm drawing it. It just happens, and the next thing I know, like an hour later, I'm like, oh wow, what did I do?
Hell yeah!
That 50 sci-fi look. That's what I'm kind of. I've always loved that kind of look. So I'm not trying to emulate or copy anything. I'm just doing what feels really natural.
Hell
to
yeah,
me.
and you're doing a great job. Like
having
that's
a good time
sick.
doing it. The one problem I have is like I'm like some of them I just want to leave black and white because they just have this impact. So this is another kind of crazy. I don't know. You could go into this psychological thing if you want to, like this kind of black and white look. This is what I'm kind of working on right now. I was in the doctor's office waiting. I feel like I'm showing off my artwork right now.
You're good, bro. That's what it's for.
This is another one like these spaceships going through.
That's sick.
I don't even know what it is. Like they've got these kind of like generator things. I don't even know what I'm doing. I just kind of make up my own stuff as I'm going.
It looks good to me. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
I get prints of that. Like, hell yeah.
Well, see, that's another thing. I'm like, do I want to just keep it black and white, or do I put art or like color in there? I'm always debating on what to do because all of these, like, whatever I do, it's all there's no. I don't do coloring on the computer. It's all done by hand. So if I put the color down there, it's staying.
Heck yeah.
That takes a lot of. But the one thing I do with when I'm coloring my artwork or doing anything is I just don't second guess it. I just do it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like you go with that initial feeling, and usually that's the right choice. So I just okay, if that initial feeling is telling me to do that, let's just go with it. So
hell yeah.
That's okay. So that's the exhibition. That's the first exhibition I'm doing of this genre of work, and that's coming up from the 28th of this month to February 6th. I'm also going to be opening. I'm working on it right now. I'm opening up an online store to sell. I'm not looking to make like a ton of money from it. People are just asking me like, "Hey, can I get a shirt of that, or can I get like do you have any kind of apparel with that on it?" So I've started up. I've made an account at Printful, and I hooked that up with the Squarespace. I made my Squarespace account. So I did my initial one product with my brother to test it out, to see if it works, and it worked. So that's something I'm going to be promoting here within the next month or so.
Hell yeah.
Exhibitions are done. Just going to have apparel, phone cases, shirts.
Make sure you get some good video and stuff of those exhibitions. They'll make some hella good content.
Yeah.
They'll make some good content.
Yeah. The opening night of the exhibition might have to have a little couple of mosaics and blurred out people's faces.
Yeah, man. It is Japan, so it's kind of required, I guess. But sir, I think we're gonna wind down and get ready to punch out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go rewrite some more songs and stuff. Thank you so very much for joining us.
You're welcome.
And thank you for joining me. And of course, thanks to everyone in the awesome chat. You guys are awesome. Lasso of Truth, JT Gunter, Omega Star, David Blair. I'll see you in a little bit. And of course, Lady T went to bed. And we got
Omega Star Productions.
Yeah, Omega Star. He's so cool. I'm gonna have a call with him tomorrow. This is so good. But anyway, as always, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed the show, then hit that like button, subscribe, and make sure to tell your friends to come by next week for more fun. This is Talking with Talksalot. Have a wonderful day.